is up YouTube? Welcome back to another video. I'm pretty quiet right now because it's late in the night. However, I do want to get this video out the way, and hopefully this small guide, I guess you could say, with TimeKeeper will help you out. So now in the future I will make a more in-depth video about all the chronos. However, for now we're going to be focusing on TimeKeeper. So to start off, why would you get TimeKeeper essentially? So first of all, why would you want to get TimeKeeper? Now, the main reason why you want to get TimeKeeper is because you want to be fighting high HP bosses that hit very heavy, and also you don't always want to be relying on your team. Sometimes you just need to kill a boss and get it out the way without having to wait for 4 other people to help you. So yeah, this is a great class for soloing. Hits super heavy, 100% dodge. It is insane. I will demonstrate that later. But firstly, let's move on to the enhancements. With the weapon, you want to be using Spiral Carve. Increases magical damage a lot, and yeah, straightforward. With the class, you want to be using Luck. With the helmet, you want to be using Forge Vim. Now what Vim does is it increases your dexterity and luck by a huge amount. So what dexterity does is basically increases your crit chance and also increases your dodge chance. So you are more likely to hit the boss and the boss is less likely to hit you. And for the cape, we are going to be running Forge Lament. And what Lament does is it increases your crit chance by 20% and decreases your haste by 5%. So haste is essentially the cooldown of your abilities. However, this doesn't really matter for this class because if you're dodging the monster 100%, then it doesn't really matter how fast or slow you are running your abilities. And of course, if you've got 51%, use those on the class. That will help a lot. So what I like to do when I use TimeKeeper is I use this spot called Felicious Filtry. If you guys go to /join Alchemy Academy, click on Alina, buy potions, go to the Jebo merge, scroll all the way down till you see Felicious Filtry, if I'm even saying that right. Here it is, and all you have to do is turn in 200k gold vouchers. Honestly guys, if you are endgame players and you're doing your dailies and other farms, you shouldn't really be having a problem with gold. Most of the time you should be over 50 million. Yeah, you can really stack up on this, so I like to use that for the build. Yeah, let's get on to the example. Now, everyone's favorite farm in the game, getting void auras. This is the most common thing that I use this class for. If you go to Shadowfall and do these 2 dailies, this is what a lot of people do. So I feel like when I put this video out, it's going to help a majority of the people watching this video. If you guys don't do these dailies, then it's completely fine. You can still listen to how this class works and how insane it really is. I've got another screen, so I'm going to put these quests up and then I'm going to run through these dailies with you. And just to mention, I'm going to do most of these solo. I'm basically putting myself in a scenario where you guys might be, where you log into AQ and you need to do your dailies and no one's online, no one's in the room. So if you have TimeKeeper, you don't have to wait for anyone, you can just get on with it. Let's put on the pots, and the combo that I like to do, I'll put it on the screen now, is 3 2 5 2 2 2 4. Okay, so in total we use the 2 4 times. What the 2 does is it stacks your temporal rifts, and then your 4 is your nuke. So if you keep spamming 2 more than 4 times, it won't add on to the nuke. So the 4 is the max. And what I like to do is you'll see the icon under the monster, and once it reaches 4, then that's when I know when to hit it. Keep note that sometimes when you press 2, it won't add on to the stack because the monster's either dodged it or you missed. What I like to do, if the rifts are a multiple of 4, then I hit my 4 there. So yeah, let's go with it. So we go 3 2 5 and then 3 2s. So you can see 4 there, and then I hit with a nuke, 300k there. 2 again, 3 times. So it's hit 8 under the nuke. So I'm just going to keep this combo 3 2 5 2 2 2 4, and it hits 12 again, and then I'll hit with a nuke. There you go. Nice and easy ice wing where people feel like they need a squad for it, but easily soloed by TimeKeeper. Now with the Hydra heads level 90, these hit super heavy. Yes, you can use VHL on these, but I'm just gonna show you how fast it is with TimeKeeper. So once we hit 4 again, bang, there you go, 200k. So you're supposed to kill 3 of these for the daily, so we'll do that. Okay, so I've missed my nuke there, so if I miss it, then I just keep the cycle going. So whenever it hits another multiple of 4, so 8, we hit with another nuke. There you go. And we just keep the cycle. And if you ever need to refresh your pots, just make sure you tap that, wait for it to go to 12. and then 4. There you go. Nice and easy. Another one, Grave Challenge. We're going to kill Grave Claw. This is a member only map. So yeah, we've still got our luck on. So 3, 2, 5. Exact same thing, guys. Wait for it to hit 4. As you can see, the monster is not hitting us at all. So nice 300k nuke there. I feel like it's good for you guys to see this in real time to see how effective the class actually is, because I know there's a lot of tutorials out there that tell you Timekeeper can do this, can do that, but they don't actually show you the whole process of them doing it. Hey guys, I've just been doing the same thing the whole time. Hopefully this is the last nuke. Nope, he actually dodged it. So let's just put on another luck potion. This is what I like with this pot, Village Filtry, because it's so cheap. You can just buy a crap ton and then bang. Okay, he's missed it again. This happens sometimes, guys, so you just have to bear with the monster. There you go, 300k, easy peasy. And easy as that, guys, a 1.5 million HP boss completely melted by Timekeeper. Another one, guys, Chaos Kraken. Now with this one, you really just have to cross your fingers that your nuke hits, because they'll get to a point where this monster will slow down your will increase your cooldowns by a huge amount, and it just takes super long. But yeah, let's test our luck. So 3, 2, 5, 3 2s, and then 4 again. And hopefully we hit it. Bang, there you go. Now, Void Flippy is a great example of where this class is not really effective. He's gonna kill you. He's probably got better dodge than me. So yeah, when it goes to monsters to this sort of degree, this is where Timekeeper is kind of out the picture. However, as you can tell from the monsters that I've killed, they're most likely going to be more or less the mobs that you're going to be facing in your AQW journey. That's why Timekeeper is super strong. So besides that, a couple people say that they don't need Timekeeper because they already have VHL, and VHL can essentially solo almost any heavy hitting mob as well. However, I would argue that both classes are insane. It really just depends on what mob you are trying to kill. Let's say, for example, there is a 300k health mob that doesn't hit heavy at all. In that scenario, I would use my VHL. And the reason for that is because although Timekeeper does nuke, sometimes the nukes do miss. So I would rather use VHL for the consistent and more reliable DPS than missing out on a nuke. If I'm using Timekeeper and 2 of my nukes miss back to back, I could have already been on the second kill with VHL. Now let's take that same 300 KB mob, but it hits heavy, so it can essentially one-shot you. Yes, you can use VHL with its insane HOT. However, I would rather use Timekeeper on more survivability. Although I'd be dishing out more consistent DPS with VHL, in that scenario, if the mob is heavy hitting, I don't want to risk dying and resetting over again. I'd rather choose a more reliable class with survivability, and in that case, I will use Timekeeper. And of course, with some of the monsters that I've killed where they are over 1 million health and they hit heavy, it just makes sense to use Timekeeper because you know that you are going to survive and you will be dishing out huge amounts of damage. If you guys still want to stick solo but be hitting insane numbers, then I would suggest to be using, I think it's this one. So if you use Potent Destruction Elixir, which increases your crit strike by 50%, equip that, and then straight after that, you put on your Village Filtry, and then you put that on as well. Your damage is insane. So usually when I'm soloing and I've got 2 pots running, I will usually hit around anywhere between 500k to 1 million. And solo, that is insane. If you guys are in the situation where you have bought ACs and you've looked at a few videos wondering if Timekeeper is good, let me tell you now, this class is insane. It is 1000% worth getting. If you haven't got a Chrono at all and you need this style of class where you don't need to rely on other people, you can solo mobs regardless of their HP, whether they're heavy hitting or they don't hit much at all. In 8 out of 10 scenarios, this class is going to do you justice and you're going to enjoy it. You're going to enjoy the big numbers and you're going to enjoy not dying in a group battle. Another thing to note, guys, this class is insanely easy to use. I've showed you the combo, stick with that and you'll be fine. Yeah guys, that is pretty much it for this video. It's a bit late now. I am going to bed after I edit this video. See you guys in the next one.